For nearly 2 centuries, a single family ruled an empire that produced almost a quarter of the world's economic output, the Mughal Empire in India. Their reign was not just about power or riches, but about shaping the very soul of a continent. Its wealth was legendary, with treasures that dazzled the world, but its true legacy lies in the cultural revolution it sparked, forever changing the Indian subcontinent and leaving an imprint that endures to this day. The Mughals didn't just conquer, they assimilated, innovated, and became passionate patrons of the arts and architecture. They invited artisans from distant lands, blending their skills with local traditions to create masterpieces that still inspire awe. Persian poetry flourished in Indian courts, and Central Asian domes rose above Indian landscapes. The Mughal courts became centers of learning, where scholars, poets, and artists gathered to exchange ideas and create new forms of expression. This was not a simple replacement of one culture with another, but a fascinating blend that created something uniquely Indian, a vibrant fusion of languages, customs, and beliefs. The empire began with a prince in exile and ended with a poet-king in banishment, giving the world enduring symbols of beauty and power. Their stories are woven into the very fabric of India's history. Their vision of a pluralistic society enriched India beyond measure, fostering an environment where diversity was not just tolerated, but celebrated. Today, the legacy of the Mughals is woven into daily life, from the words people speak to the monuments they cherish, and even the food they eat and the festivals they celebrate. To understand modern India, we must first understand the world the Mughals made, for their influence continues to shape the nation's identity and spirit. Their story is one of unparalleled artistic achievement and cultural exchange, a testament to the power of creativity and collaboration across cultures. And it all began with a single, decisive battle in 1526, a moment that changed the course of history forever. The Mughal story begins with Babur, a remarkable prince from the rugged lands of Uzbekistan, descended from two of history's most formidable conquerors, Timur and Genghis Khan. Born into a legacy of ambition and power, Babur's early life was shaped by both privilege and peril. After losing his father's kingdom to rival warlords, Babur was forced into exile. Yet, he refused to surrender to fate. Instead, he turned his gaze southward, captivated by tales of India's immense wealth, vibrant cities, and legendary treasures. Babur established a stronghold in Kabul, a city surrounded by mountains and strategic for launching campaigns. From this base, he gathered loyal followers and launched daring raids into northern India, directly challenging the powerful Lodi dynasty that ruled the region. In 1526, at the historic First Battle of Panipat, Babur's relatively small but highly disciplined army, equipped with innovative firearms and mobile artillery, faced the much larger Lodi forces. Against overwhelming odds, Babur's tactics and leadership led to a stunning victory. This triumph opened the gates to Delhi and Agra, two of India's greatest cities, and laid the foundation for what would become the mighty Mughal Empire, a new power rising in the heart of the subcontinent. But Babur was more than just a conqueror. He was a poet, a thinker, and a keen observer of the world around him. In his memoirs, the Baburnama, he recorded not only his victories but also his thoughts, dreams, and the beauty he found in new lands. India, with its unfamiliar climate, customs, and landscapes, was vastly different from Babur's homeland. Yet he set about establishing his rule, blending the refined Persianate court culture he cherished with the rich traditions of India, creating a unique and enduring legacy. The Mughal dynasty was born from Babur's ambition, his innovative spirit, and his vision for a realm that would last beyond his own lifetime. His reign marked the beginning of a new era of art, architecture, and governance. Babur's legacy was not just conquest but the dawn of a new chapter for the Indian subcontinent, one that would shape its destiny for generations. His descendants, including legendary emperors like Akbar and Humayun, would build on this foundation, expanding and enriching the empire and shaping India's history for centuries to come. The story of the Mughals truly begins here, with Babur's bold vision, relentless drive, and the birth of a dynasty that would leave an indelible mark on the world. The arrival of the Mughals in India marked a turning point in the subcontinent's cultural history. They brought with them a deep appreciation for Persian culture, which had flourished for centuries in Central Asia and Iran. Persian soon became the language of art, poetry, and administration, shaping the very fabric of Mughal society. It was not just a language but a symbol of refinement and sophistication. This decision connected India to the wider Islamic world, opening doors to new ideas and philosophies. It also fostered a new class of scribes, poets, and scholars who thrived in this cosmopolitan environment. The Mughal court became a vibrant center for Persian literature, with emperors like Babur and Jahangir themselves writing poetry and encouraging literary pursuits among their courtiers. Indian poets began composing in Persian, infusing their works with unique local flavors, imagery, and themes drawn from Indian life and landscapes. Mughal painting, rooted in the Persian miniature tradition, evolved as artists depicted Indian subjects, flora and fauna, blending Persian techniques with Indian sensibilities. The result was a dynamic, distinctly Mughal artistic style that was both elegant and vibrant, celebrated for its intricate detail and vivid storytelling. Mughal gardens, inspired by Persian designs, became cool oases, charbagh or four gardens, symbolizing paradise on earth. These gardens were meticulously planned with flowing water, lush greenery, and geometric layouts. These gardens were not just for beauty, they were spaces for relaxation, court gatherings, poetry recitals, and quiet contemplation, reflecting the Mughal love for nature and harmony. The Persian concept of an earthly paradise was perfected in India, becoming a hallmark of Mughal architecture and influencing monuments like the Taj Mahal. The blending of Persian and Indian traditions created a new, vibrant cultural identity, one that celebrated diversity and innovation. This synthesis defined the Mughal era and left a lasting mark on the subcontinent, visible in its art, architecture, and literature. The arts, language, city planning, and even daily life all bore the unmistakable stamp of this cultural fusion, shaping India's identity for generations. The Mughal court was a crucible of creativity and innovation, where new traditions were woven into the rich tapestry of Indian life, leaving a legacy that endures to this day. One of the Mughal era's most enduring creations was Urdu, a language born from the mingling of Persian, Turkish, Arabic, and local Hindi dialects. Originating in army camps and markets, Urdu became a bridge between rulers and the ruled. As it spread, poets began to use Urdu for their verses, finding it expressive and vibrant. The Mughal court elevated Urdu, making it the language of poetry and song. Delhi emerged as a center for Urdu literature, with poets like Mir Taqi Mir and Mirza Ghalib creating masterpieces. Urdu symbolized the cultural fusion of the Mughal Empire. Today it remains a living legacy, spoken across northern India and Pakistan. Its script and poetry are a testament to centuries of shared history. The Mughals were master builders, creating a unique architectural style by blending Persian, Central Asian, and Indian elements. Early monuments like Humayun's tomb set the stage for grand mausoleums, using red sandstone and white marble. Akbar's Fatehpur Sikri showcased a fusion of Indian and Persian features, reflecting his vision of unity. Shah Jahan's reign marked the pinnacle, with the Taj Mahal, a symbol of love and architectural perfection. The Mughals also built magnificent mosques, such as Delhi's Jama Masjid, and formidable forts like the Red Fort and Agra Fort. These structures projected imperial power and artistic harmony. Mughal architecture defined the landscape of northern India. Their buildings remain icons of beauty and innovation. The legacy of their architecture endures in every dome, arch, and garden. The Mughal vision lives on in stone. The Mughals nurtured a vibrant tradition of miniature painting, blending Persian and Indian styles. Humayun brought Persian artists to India, establishing imperial workshops that trained local talent. Under Akbar, Mughal painting flourished, documenting everything from royal events to Hindu epics. Artists combined Persian delicacy with Indian realism, creating a dynamic new style. Jahangir, Akbar's son, encouraged lifelike portraits and studies of nature, elevating the art to new heights. Painters like Ustad Mansur became renowned for their detailed depictions of wildlife. These works were both art and scientific documentation. The Mughal style influenced regional schools across India, leaving a rich visual record. Miniature paintings reveal the faces, fashions, and flora of the Mughal world. Their art remains a window into a sophisticated and curious civilization. The Mughal era was a golden age for learning, with emperors supporting scholars, astronomers, and physicians. Libraries and madrasas flourished, teaching everything from philosophy to mathematics and science. Astronomy thrived, with observatories mapping the stars and creating accurate calendars. Mathematics advanced through exchanges with the Perso-Arabic world, aiding architecture and administration. The intricate patterns in Mughal art reflect their mathematical expertise. Medicine also progressed, with Unani hospitals providing free care and compiling medical encyclopedias. This system coexisted with Ayurveda, enriching the subcontinent's medical knowledge. The Mughal commitment to learning fostered innovation and intellectual exchange. Their legacy endures in India's scientific and educational traditions. Mughal prosperity rested on a strong economy and efficient administration. Unified rule and secure roads boosted trade across the subcontinent. Standardized coinage, especially the silver rupee, facilitated commerce and built global connections. Akbar's Mansabdari system created a loyal bureaucracy and powerful army. Land revenue reforms, led by Todar Mal, made taxation fair and predictable, encouraging agricultural growth. These systems funded the empire's grandeur and stability. The Mughal model influenced later administrations, including the British. Their economic and administrative innovations shaped India's future. The empire's wealth enabled its cultural achievements. Though the Mughal Empire ended in 1857, its legacy is everywhere in modern India and Pakistan. The forts, tombs and gardens are visible reminders, but the Mughal influence runs deeper. Mughlai cuisine, biryani, korma, kebabs, blends Central Asian, Persian and Indian flavors, now enjoyed worldwide. The tandoor oven became a culinary staple. Mughal administrative systems shaped later governments and still influence India's bureaucracy. Their approach to diversity offers lessons for today's pluralistic society. The Mughals were not just conquerors, they became Indianized, creating a unique civilization. Their story is one of synthesis and creative collaboration. The Mughal legacy is a testament to the power of cultural exchange. To understand India, we must remember the world the Mughals made.